All right, guys, welcome back. This is ESL One Katowice 2019, powered by Intel. We've got a game number 3. We've got the NA Quals. Test123 took the first game of the series. compLexity came back with a great draft in game number 2, and now this is it. This determines the upper bracket to go to the next one here.
I actually have a question for you before we get into this draft. Can you pronounce the name of this tournament again?
ESL One Katowice.
I needed to hear that.
Okay.
I've been butchering that for like
what
a week.
What have you said?
Katowice.
Just like
again, one more time.
Katowice.
Katowice.
Yeah, I believe that's it. I believe that's it. It's Polish.
I mean, you are the language teacher.
I'm not a language teacher.
Vocal teacher.
Vocal.
Same thing.
That is definitely not the same. A language teacher is not the same.
Spoken language. It's like the same thing.
It's definitely not.
In any case, I've been butchering the name.
All right. I think a lot of people did. I think in the beginning I was butchering it pretty badly too. So
it's good for the publicity though, because people are like, "How do you pronounce?
How do you pronounce it?" Yeah, you could have a poll like, "How do you think you'd pronounce this name?"
Oh,
and then someone just goes into Google and looks it up, and then everybody.
You could just do that. Yeah, you definitely could have. Oh, we see an IO.
Yeah,
okay.
That's surprising. Phantom Assassin IO opening.
Has this hero been picked?
I don't.
Or banned? I don't.
It's been picked. I saw it earlier actually. It was at the EU quals. I saw that they ran with they had an IO in that game when we first came into the studio.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that was paired up with a Phantom Assassin.
In this series, though, IO has been ignored.
Yes, completely.
Completely.
But you know who wasn't ignored? The Lich.
Yeah, that's
Lich got banned,
that's a good
and
hero.
he needs to be banned because he's just too good. Just way too good.
I'm glad people are realizing how strong that hero is. I think at the start of this patch, there were heroes that people thought were very strong just because they had been buffed and they felt a lot better than they were before, but they really weren't that great. I think Doom's one of them. I think Terrorblade's a hero that wasn't getting enough picks. I think Brewmaster was getting a lot of picks in North America and South America, but not enough in Europe and in Southeast Asia and
yeah, I saw him
China.
a ton in the South American qualifiers.
Yep.
I was just doing some of the opens on my channel, and it just constantly was getting picked up.
Yeah, now Brew is really big in like all the regions because people have realized IO too falling off. Like we're essentially seeing this meta develop from teams just being extremely successful with certain heroes, like Team being really successful still with the Terrorblade. We've seen other teams be very successful with the Terrorblade too, but really the Darkseer, I haven't seen. We've seen like the Darkseer Spiritbreaker combo. That's always very successful. Yeah. One of the best duo off lanes that there is right now.
It feels so memey too, right?
It's very memey.
It feels so memey, but it's a legitimate strategy.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it just turns out Darkseer is just a legit hero. First phase ban.
Yeah.
The last 2 games, first phase pick in the first game, I believe.
Yeah, they made that mistake once, and they won't let that happen again, right? But
yeah, that was. It's good if you draft around it, I think. And of course, when you're in captain's mode, you can just do that very easily. There's a lot of heroes that are strong with the Darkseer. Very similar to the Magnus, actually. A large reason I think Magnus is top pick, top ban right now is because you have to ban like every melee hero in Dota to have Magnus not be strong in the game. Like if you ban PA, Slark, and Anti-Mage, you can still pick Troll Warlord, who's a strong hero, to pair with the Magnus. Or you can still pick, I don't know, some sort of other.
The new Troll ultimate is it's kind of silly.
It's pretty silly.
It's pretty silly.
It's pretty good, though.
You just take your hands off the keyboard, just let them go to town on whoever.
I mean, let's be fair. That's what Troll players were doing in the past. And,
oh, burn.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of Troll players.
Yeah,
but in any case,
you don't stay,
it's a good hero.
Right.
It's a good hero, especially with the Magnus. So it's like.
So what are we going to see, though? Is this IO just going to babysit the Phantom Assassin? You think we're going to see something else come out that be paired with that particular? Or?
I would like to see. I would like to see something else get picked. I mean, PA IO is that's an old combo that's relatively strong. I like that compLexity picked the Bane, and they could have banned it, but they also just want to ban out these like setup heroes for IO in the offlane.
Yeah,
Axe is a good one. Probably we'll see that get picked up. Especially because that block picks. Well, the Bane block picks the Axe too, actually. Bane's such a good pickup. I was going to say Bane's a really good pick because Test123 might want Bane because it's like the best setup support for the Wisp relocate.
Yeah.
But the Bane also block picks the Axe, who's a great offlane setup for the Wisp relocate because you just nightmare him when he goes and cuts the creeps. So this is like a really interesting.
It's a very value pick.
Yeah,
being able to take that off the board and take it up for yourself as well.
I do feel like the pick that Test is considering is the Axe right now, just because it's basically the only remaining offlaner, and it's one of the classic setups.
Yeah, they banned out a lot here. They got the Darkseer. Magnus, obviously, we're going to see him banned out. The Beastmaster is someone we were talking about earlier about how just he gives that high ground vision now when there's so many high grounds that have been placed into the map. And of course, Centaur, Retaliate, very, very strong. Also gives you the opportunity to run away in fights and also re-engage if necessary. So
yeah.
Lots
of basically lots of like synergy with the IO gyro. Or IO. I'm so used to IO being picked up with gyro.
Yeah, everyone is used to that. Eternal Envy was still doing that during some of the qualifiers. He was still going IO gyro.
I still think it's really good. So Elder Titan pickup, and then they picked the Luna into Elder Titan. That's interesting because Luna's a hero who builds into basically exclusively agility items, which gives her huge armor and tankiness as a carry. But of course, Elder Titan reduces base armor to 0. So, yeah.
It's a lot of negative armor coming out from them, right? Because Phantom Assassin typically likes to build herself a Deso, has armor corruption as well if you choose to go for that, and then you've got the Elder Titan on top. But I guess maybe they're thinking that they're confident in their supports, right? In their offlane, the fact that they're able to, maybe cancel out the Elder Titan before he can even get in there. And then, if Phantom Assassin tries to jump in, you've got a couple ways to save. You've got, the Impale. You've got the Bro Strike, sorry, not the Impale.
Yeah.
And then you've also got Snowball. So, there's a lot of good saves for the Saluna.
Sure.
It's a little bit trickier, though, to pull them off.
Maybe
right?
it's also just, end the game before you really have to worry about that.
That's true.
Luna's, a good pushing hero. And then, like you said, you have really good peel, too, to save the Luna. These heroes, buff the hell out of Luna. Yeah, I think... It'd be interesting to see how compLexity lanes this. Tusk with the Sand King, it's 2 melee heroes. I could see it being pretty good, though, with Burrow Strike setup. Although, SKs are kind of going for, the max W build now.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure if you want to... You might want to just, run the Tusk with the Luna and pressure with the Bane Sand King instead of running, 2 melee heroes.
So running a tri-lane again, though.
You could do that. Yeah, you could definitely do a tri-lane. Actually, a tri-lane would be really nice.
It's funny because earlier the tri-lane felt very awkward coming out from both sides. But in this case, you do have a lot of setup. You've got good save. And, of course, tag team is super good.
Yeah, usually you're going to win the tri-lane if you have the tag team.
There's a watermelon.
Yeah, that's very good against Luna. I think it would do relatively well against the Sand King in lane 2.
And it's good to discourage really early pushing, right? Because that threat of the Ravage is always kind of in the back of your mind. But then there becomes the issue. You get the Ravage off, and then what's to stop them from coming back in again?
I've seen so many games lost because of the Tide Ravage cooldown. If you are fighting into heroes who have the ability to persistently just keep fighting and you have no Ravage, you can... Basically, if compLexity is able to abuse the fact that Ravage is down by taking Roshan, so if they get a Roche killing here, which Luna's pretty good at, same with the Tusk with the tag team, if they get tower hitters, you can just take so much in that cooldown of Ravage.
Yes.
And I would definitely be concerned about that.
And the other thing too, so you've got this beautiful Ravage, but then you have to watch out for the the fact that Elder Titan is going to get really excited, right? He's going to be like, oh, this is a great Ravage, I'm going to throw it on the Earth Splitter. But then you've used everything.
Yeah.
All of your team fight in that one instance. And that just leaves the door open for these guys who are a bit more skirmishy, right? Tusk, is going to be able to go and do Tusk things. Bane has, quite a good kit, even if Fiend's Grip is on cooldown. And then, of course, Luna, she's a great pusher. The Epicenter obviously does have a slightly larger cooldown, but, Sand King's able to he's got a good kit as well, right?
He's more of a stunning guy, though. This hero for the last 1 to 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, he's kind of been played more as just a guy who runs in and burrows 3 times in a team fight. The Epicenter is more so something you use while the fight is happening, as opposed to using that as okay, this is how we're going to win fights. It's more so it doesn't matter if you get the Epi off or not. It's kind of a supplementary thing.
Yeah.
Timber Saw ban.
It's just a good skirmishy team. So who's going to be the last pickup then, I guess, for the side of compLexity is the question.
Let's see. So they
need a mid.
They need a mid laner, and they do have the last pick. So there are Brood answers, there are Huskar answers. I'm just looking at. Let's see what are the cancer picks.
Huskar, gross.
Yeah, that's DK. Okay, DK, Lena, Timber. If you second the last pick,
Timber's already taken. They took him out right away when they thought that they wanted.
Yeah, basically, I'm saying these are just really common second to last pick heroes where it's okay, you can pick whatever you want to lane against my hero. But I'm not going to lose the lane. I'll do fine in the lane because it's a Dragon Knight. So OD being banned, that's one of the better heroes against DK. Let's see, what is it?
Trying to think what can like kind of pick away at. Like, it's definitely not going to be one of those lanes where we see like high you know, damage or anything like with kills or anything.
Yeah, I think if I'm like just given complexity's previous drafts, Pugna looks pretty good.
Oh, that's true.
I think
The
that would
prep will be very helpful too against the PA if necessary.
right, bunch of physical damage, and then also you can push really early before Test123 have the ability to fight you. It's something to kill the Dragonite once you have level 6 on the Pugna. With the Bane Fiend's Grip as well, but most importantly, it's something to like push around these huge cooldowns that Test123 have.
Yeah. I like that. I like the idea of a skirmish. Oh, they go for the Viper again.
Viper.
That's super good against Tidehunter, super good against Dragonite, against the PA.
It's good against the PA again, yeah. Goddamn.
And they've got good ways to hold her into place too. That's also
boy.
like not as good as the first time around, right? Because you had the Axe and the Lich who could just kind of like hold her in place. But you know, you get the Fiend's Grip off on her and you throw down, you know, that lovely break that Viper has, and that can chip her down. You can also get off a Burrow Strike, followed by Lucent Beam. Like, there's lots of little pieces. I don't know. I'm feeling like Complexity's draft here is just...
God damn, the Viper went through again. I didn't even think about it because, like, nobody's picking this hero.
Because
nobody
wants to play Viper, but you know what? You do what you gotta do, Jake.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so strong against all of Test heroes. I'm not 100% sure how this mid matchup works between the Dragonite and the Viper. I would imagine Dragonite probably actually does okay in that, just considering Viper does not have the mana to break his Dragon Blood. You just can't do that early, and then the Viper won't do enough damage to get Dragonite low enough that the Viper Q will actually tick down and do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like DK just has enough regen to essentially sustain this lane. So it's not going to be as big of a stomp as the previous game. However, if there are any rotations to the mid lane, Viper is one of the few heroes that can actually kill a Dragonite, which is always a concern because one of the biggest reasons you pick this hero is because he's like unkillable via any sort of rotations. So a Tusk rotation to the mid lane or a Sand King rotation or a Bane rotation, any of these heroes will actually end up taking down the Dragonite most likely. Is it paused?
I don't know. Nope.
No,
Not.
it's not.
Nope, we're not. It's kind of interesting that we're seeing the Dragon Knight pickup because I was having a discussion with Grant about, you know, Test123. At one point he said, you know, that's one thing that, like, you know, just give CCNC Dragon Knight and let Ritsu do what he needs to do. Like, make space.
Yeah,
and let him, like, and I you know, it's kind of boring that way, but it also was working. Like, that is the formula. It feels like, you know, the side of Test123 have a very specific formula where they just kind of give CCNC something that can make a little bit of space, and it becomes, I don't want to say like a 4 protect 1, but it's definitely, you know, prioritizing Ritsu so he can get the farm that he needs.
Yeah, I think in this game he also probably wants to build a Battle Fury. I'm not a huge fan of Deso, just given his playstyle. I get why he went it for in the last game because he didn't really have an option. He felt like he needed to fight to come back into the game, which I agree with. But like you said, they have a very specific playstyle, and I think you can pick PA and play within that playstyle. You just need to go for a specific item. You want to give Ritsu something he can flash farm with. You want to give him something that he can take space with, and that is a Battle Fury PA with a Wisp.
Just casual Terrorblade being written down. All right.
Goodness. That's like low-key flames. Yeah. That's not even low-key.
Yeah, it's like, very blatant flame.
It's pretty blatant.
But, do you get a little bit of scouting coming out here from Kid Track? He's that
That's
spirit.
the thing, you know? It's like, sure, maybe Ritsu can only play Terrorblade. Let's accept that premise for a second. But then he can also play Morphling. Then he can also play Battle Fury carries. Because that's just a certain style of carry, right? So you just need to make sure that you're... If that is true...
Tag team. This is going to be a dead Kid Track, I think. Yeah, first blood gets put over to Miracles. That's a nice start.
God,
and the Bounty Room.
Tag team plus three heroes is just unreal. The damage. It's
literally the name of the team.
Yeah, they love it.
For sure.
It's like the new icy hands, whatever the hell that was.
Oh yeah, Chilling Touch?
Chilling Touch, yeah.
The chilly fingers, as I like to call it.
Yeah. Everybody had a different name for it. Because nobody played AA, so it's like, what's that spell called again? Icy something or other. That's an ice hero.
The chilly fingers. Give him the old chilly hands.
Be interested to see what Lelis goes for first. Does he go for the Gush? 110 damage, 90 mana. Damn, Trilane versus Trilane again.
I don't like this Trilane that great, though, coming out. I guess, you know, Lelis is always going to have mana, right? Because Io will be able to tether up, but...
It's an interesting one because you do have the Elder Titan who's incredibly strong in a tri-lane. He gets the extra damage from heroes, but you have Tusk too, who's the same thing. And then Luna, who's giving her team increased base stats.
Yeah, with the Lunar Blessing.
Look at Bane's damage. 67. And he gets extra mana for that, too. So he's going to be spamming out Brain Taps, and he gets extra regen now, too. Well, he got it before, but he gets way more extra regen now from those points in, or the int that he's getting.
This is a very strange tri-lane on tri-lane. I don't know.
Yeah. I think if compLexity can get on top of the Wisp, they're going to win this lane. They really need to focus the Wisp, and a lot's going to ride on Francis not stepping out of position. In the mid lane, CCNC is doing very well against a Viper.
We expected that, though. You know, he's a Dragon Knight going up against a Viper. It's a lot more comfortable than the last matchup that we saw.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see how this matchup works when Viper gets some levels, though. I'm not 100% sure how the calculations on like the numbers work. If Viper can actually do enough damage to...
He's definitely trying to harass pretty heavily here. Top lane looks like 3-4-3, and for a lot of trouble. It's actually going to be Lelis who gets that kill, and that's a very dead Bane. So far, this tri-lane is actually working out pretty well for them. Flea needs to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage here from these Hellbear Smashers and whatnot. Potato and Tomato over there.
Yeah, that Tomato helped out a little bit in that kill. This new Anchor Smash on Tidehunter is so strong. Just the fact that it... The math on it is just that it straight up does more damage than it used to now with like that level 1 point in Anchor Smash. Because it applies your right click. So it's very, very nice. Scales super nicely, too, into the late game. I've seen people, like, go Daedalus on Tide. That's ridiculous.
Are you the one going Daedalus on Tide? Because that sounds like a Jenkins thing.
That's BSJ, man.
That's a BSJ. That also sounds like a BSJ thing to do. Tag team coming out. They have their eyes over here on this isle. Know that he's already tethered up. He shouldn't be able to get himself away here. But 3-4-3 trying pretty hard to get off a couple clicks. He's going to have to use the Fairy Fire. He's actually going to make it out all right. The rest of them are pretty tanky boys here. Z-Freak going to have to run himself away, as is Miracle. So Io actually going to be able to make it out. Comes right back in again with the healing salve. Tries to put out some damage over onto 3-4-3. They just resumed their what they were doing before. No problem.
Francis is doing a really good job staying at max tether range. Like, just so that when he gets gone on, all they really have up here is slows. The Tusk tag team is like what they're killing him with, but the slow does literally nothing because he's tethered, which gives him the movement speed of the target he's tethered to. So like he stood on Kitrak, or he was tethered to Kitrak for that whole fight, and he just walks away as he gets hit by the Tusk, which would normally kill any other hero.
This is interesting, the movement coming out into the mid lane. This is what we talked about, right? We talked about, you know, if you get one rotation coming through, look at that Z-Freak coming through here. He's got that tag team.
Bracer, though.
Does have the Snowball as well. He's trying to go for these body blocks. The break doing a decent amount of damage, but the TP's coming out immediately here from Kitrak. He's going to go throughout the Spirit, and we get a pause coming out from Phantom Assassin.
A Ritsu pause.
Looks like we're ready to go again. Here we go. Headset, apparently. I just like how Flea always has the answer. Like, yo, cat on fire, doorbell, headset.
Well, you know,
TeamSpeak.
Because he says it really quickly that he's not making it up. That's how you know.
Oh, okay. So if he takes too long, that's when he's
exactly
making it up. It looks like still Dragon Knight, even though he had that rotation, CCNC will fall to Z-Freak in the mid lane. That's actually kind of surprising. It looks like already, you know, Kitrak was making his way up, and they saw that opening. Went right back in, so.
I'm surprised they're able to kill him.
Yeah.
That's
surprised he was still playing so far up, I guess.
Yeah.
Considering. But Ritsu having a pretty good time down here in the bottom lane. He's currently sitting at 25-2, 27-1 on Sand King. So, again, not a super high chance of murder going on there. Top lane, though, Sand King. He's looking. He's got his eyes on Miracle to actually be able to find that kill. Kitrak with that big old stapler will take him down. Flea just healing up his Tidehunter. Again, has that salve going on. Looks like they're trying to make some moves down here on Ritsu, but Ritsu seems wise to their plans.
It's hard to make moves on Ritsu when Death has max Sandstorm. I'd actually like to see Sand Kings. Like, if you're in this scenario and you're against a melee hero, you could just completely dumpster him by going for the Caustic and Burrow Strike max. But opting to have more of like a mid-game presence with the Sandstorm, it's definitely, like, a lot of the time you can regret not going for the Sandstorm.
In comes Z-Freak over into the mid lane. CCNC, the break's getting applied. The tag team slow is super good, but won't be able to walk away because they don't have shards up just yet.
God, Bracers. Bracers OP. He's also got 3 points in the Dragon Blood, so he's got 10 health regen, 9 armor.
He has to, though, for, like, playing this lane.
Yeah, you can break it, but it costs so much mana for the Viper to do that. We can see he's sending out a bunch of items to try to sustain that.
Oh, the slow coming out over here on Miracles, trying to run himself out, uses a Lucid Beam, but there's too much damage. In fact, Flea will actually get that last hit in this top lane with the Spirit.
This is a good way to make space for Ritsu. You just like apply a huge amount of pressure to Miracle, and you know that compLexity is going to try to help him. But
I mean, Ritsu's doing fine by himself though too. Like it's not like he's struggling. Like they need to be making space in that necessary, but yeah, it feels like they've forgotten that he exists kind of down here.
I do think that Ritsu's a little lucky that Sand King is not focusing more on bullying him in the lane. He's trying to get his own farm, and it's good, but it's very similar to like what we talked about with the Axe cutting creep waves. You get a lot of farm yourself, but you're giving free farm to a carry.
I mean, you can Nightmare this Tidehunter, but what can you really hope to do? Oh, Miracle in for trouble again. Nice Echo Stomp going to be able to land. They still have a couple of these Spirit slows. The TPs are going to come out, though. They're going to make this rotation. Looks like 3-4-3 might be in for a little bit of trouble. Uses the Brain Staff. And they've put a decent amount of damage now over onto Lelis, but he's pretty speedy. Snowball's going to come through, though. They're going to try to slow him down with that tag team. They need a little bit more damage here. The IO taking a bit of a nap. They should be able to take down Lelis. They'll find it. Can they find a little bit more? Yeah, there's going to be the TP coming out here from the Viper, but Flea just gets eradicated, just ticking down. And Z-Freak will get that kill.
It's a costly rotation, though, because CCNC just immediately pops Dragon Form and just starts whacking this mid tower. He's going to get it to like 50% HP, I think. Although he knows that compLexity's like beelining it straight to his lane.
Yeah, he needs to be a little bit careful. He doesn't have any real... Oh, no, he does have vision over here on the side. Does see Z-Freak over here. You're going to see him move back a little bit. Still don't have shards online. They've got 2 points in that tag team. So he can just pretty much walk away if they drop that breakdown.
He does have the break. It is really hard though, this DK, like just the bracers, man. Like bracers make this hero so goddamn tanky.
3-4-3 is gonna slow down this Elder Titan, but they're gonna dive trying to find the Luna. They do have vision using the Astral Spirit here. Miracle trying to eat his way through here in the trees. He wants to TP out, should be able to get out. They don't have anything to cancel it at this time, so we'll just go right over here to the bottom shrine and be able to just keep on farming.
He just sacks this lane. I agree with that notion. It's not winnable at this point. You've given up too much. Have the Sand King rotate to the top lane, and the unfortunate thing about this is that I think Sand King will do fine up here because he has a Vanguard, but you're still gonna have the Tide farming, and then Ritsu's free farming on the bot lane.
Oh, this is big. They actually placed a sentry ward down on the side, so they know that Limp has this Invis rune. They're not going to go forward and approach. He's already got a TP right back to this mid lane. Push CCNC off of this tower.
Damn, Death is getting this huge creep stack.
They cancel it out, though. They do manage to go and land the Echo Stomp. Going to get the D-Ward off over here on the side as well.
This is a huge Sand King. He's a tanky boy.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is a huge PA down here. She's just had free farm this entire time.
Yep. The thing is, though, like, you're kind of okay with it to... Ooh.
Oh, boy. All right, so Death finds himself a kill here, top lane.
To some degree, I think you're okay with it.
Epicenter.
Just because Sand King is a way more early game fighting hero than PA is, so you can get a lot more off of a Sand King. So I do kind of get it, but you know, if they don't end the game, Ritsu is going for that Battle Fury, which I think is a lot better for his playstyle, and he's going to get very, very farmed in this game, especially considering he has solo experience. So he's actually level 9 on PA right now. PA did get nerfed, so the coup de grace does a lot less damage at level 1, but once you get up some levels, this hero's the same as she was before, which was broken. So yeah, you're happy that she's getting solo experience in this game. Very, very happy.
They want this mid tower, so they've actually got Flea over here doing the overcharge onto CCNC, who's popped that Dragon Form, and getting these players kind of getting into position, ready to try to go in for a fight if necessary. But I think you just want to wait for this Dragon Form to go down, yeah?
I mean, yeah, you definitely want to wait because, you know, it's an ultimate. You know, he's like a lot stronger with it, but all of this is just space for the PA. Like, you have Luna, who is very scared in her own jungle where she should feel safe. She's level 6 to a PA's level 9, almost 10, farming a Battle Fury. So I think if you can just sit mid, like CCNC, it's like what you said. CCNC is literally just a distraction for Ritsu. Just let him play his game. Like, keep pressuring this mid with the Wisp and with the Dragon Knight, not with the intent to get the tower, but with the intent to just be annoying. Just try to distract, because Ritsu will win you this game. Like, he's set up to win this game. It doesn't matter that Sand King is huge, because Sand King is not PA.
This is big, though, too. So we talked about Sand King being an early game fighter. He just got his Blink Dagger. That's going to be a really big reveal for the next fight.
He's very, very farmed.
The Tidehunter also just picking up his level 6 as well, but does not have any way to get into these fights other than walking in. And the mid lane, again, like Limp just putting a lot of pressure over here on CCNC, managing to drop that break again, taking about half. But the Dragon Blood healing up very quickly here.
Damn, Limp went for 3 points in the Nether Toxin. That's interesting. So he's just opting.
Oh, the Blink reveal coming out. There's the break coming through as well. That is just, there he did. CCNC. That opens up the towers for the taking.
Yeah, that's right on the siege wave, too.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Perfect. Beautiful.
They can kill the next wave, too, which will pressure the tier 2, force a bunch of people to defend that tier 2. They don't need to commit to it.
Oh, uh-oh. Flee? Yeah, Nightmare comes out from 343. He's going to get a couple.
He's going to get solo killed, I think.
Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, they don't... All right, Death decides, hey, you know, I'm going to help with this.
My kill.
Don't worry.
I'm a core.
Don't worry, I'm here. You have nothing to worry about. I'm sure 343 is like, thanks,
Don't worry,
bruh.
I saved you.
I saved you, I'm helping!
I saved you from the 100 HP Wisp.
They still have the Fiend's Grip online, though, and 343 is really, like, in this nice position.
Oh my god, this is
a disaster for CCC. If he's
I'm surprised that he's here. Do they know?
I don't know. 343 really wants to go back in on this. The IO is making his way around the corner, though. Yeah, they ping out the
pings come out. I'm surprised they didn't know that he's there. I mean, they have vision scouting that he didn't exit this.
Ooh, the IO relocate coming out here, trying to keep Miracle here. No, at the last second, it looks like they'll be able to get that kill.
God damn, Ritsu is going for a farming build, and yet he's still setting up kills.
I mean, he's a PA, right?
Yeah.
You find a squishy Luna in the jungle.
That's the crazy thing about going for this Wraith Band build and a lot of these carries is that you actually can contribute while also farming. Because you can just build into these items and then proceed to build a farming item, and you can still fight without being punished at all. Because what slots do you have that you would put more fighting items? Like, these are already fighting items.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
it's a very interesting patch, the way that everything kind of.
That is just one thing that they definitely have to alter in the next. I think they for sure will. Valve is well aware of this trend.
The question is, when does that patch come out? When do we start seeing the nerfs? When is it going to be where I can no longer spam Lich to get him a bar?
I'm hoping for our sake, it's when Mars comes out and when the new matchmaking gets reset, because that will probably be in a couple of weeks, and that means we can go home and grind and win MMR with Magnus and Lich.
But if we're going to be getting reset anyways, does it matter?
Oh, that's true.
Doesn't matter. That's the problem.
That is true. God damn.
Feels bad, man.
You just ruined my day.
Ruined your dreams. I'm good at that.
That is true. If it's just lined up, what's the point?
Well, we have fun with it at least, you know.
Yeah.
Play around with it, and I'm sure we'll figure out what the next new hot hero is. Maybe it'll be Mars. Maybe you'll be really good with him.
Maybe it'll be Pudge.
Maybe it'll be Pudge. There you go.
The Pudge.
Give yourself
Mars
those dreams.
combo.
Pudge Mars. I don't even know what Mars' kit is.
It's so good.
But it'll be super great.
You use the phalanx with the new and improved meat hook that you just target anywhere on the map and it hooks somebody. That'll be great. Thanks for that ice roll.
There you go. There you go.
I'd actually be mad if they changed Pudge to be like that, just because it's a skill-based hero.
Oh, the casual D ward right in front of your face. Walrus punch break. Oh, there you go. See you later, Kit Track.
It's just a 5-roll support though. It doesn't really matter.
They go for a smoke immediately after this, so they might be able to catch someone over here like CCNC, but I think they just got to push these guys off their tower.
It's definitely a little telling that this tower is just getting hit and very, very low. Luna shows up, but after an extended period of time, you see her walking from the right, which is where she would want to be farming in the jungle, so you know, hey, there's a smoke rotation happening, and Luna just went from the jungle to the mid lane to defend it.
Yeah, look at Lelis.
He just gets out.
Whole lot of nope.
That was like very, very projected. Unfortunately, although it does result in them getting the bot bounties, and they are secured around this tower, which is already kind of dead, but it's still a tower. You know, they still took the area, which is exactly what they wanted to do. That's the thing, is that...
Well, they know Ritsu's going to be greedy. He wants to farm, so...
Look out, you big watermelon.
They don't even care. They're just like, hey, sup?
That's not the guy we want.
Sup, bro? Well, I mean, you got a Viper, so you could actually go in there, but he just doesn't care. They do, however, care about Quinn here. So Walrus Punch comes out, tag team slowing quite a bit here, and they'll just go for the snowball. They use the Lucent Beam, and it's going to be Death actually who gets that last hit. It looked like it was going to be Z-Freak there.
Walk right past the Tide Hunter farming.
I mean, he's not worth their time.
He's not. It's such a pain to kill that hero.
Yeah, he's a big old watermelon, man.
But that is one thing that you can smoke and it can be really like telegraphed, but it doesn't really matter if it's still giving you what you want. Like you don't have to actually get kills with smokes. It's more to like change your orientation on the map around the objective that you want to take. Depending, like sometimes you do want to get kills if you're against like an anti-mage or something, but if you're changing your orientation on the map to get towers and to get a DK kill eventually, that's a successful smoke for sure. Death takes the top lane because he knows that's the dead lane and he's immortal. He's not gonna
the dead lane.
Yeah, man.
This guy is jacked. Look at him. He's got a Blink Dagger. He's got a Crimson Guard.
Mid lane?
He's living the life. Mid lane, though. Yeah, they'll use the Ravage. I don't think that was... Oh, no, it might be worth it now, though. The Walrus Punch coming through does manage to take him down. They're going to be able to take down the Bane as well. Now Limp in for some trouble here. It's going to just keep getting focused down by this PA. He actually dropped the break, but that Urn Charge going to be able to take him down as Z-Freak also in trouble, trying to run himself away. They actually don't have the IO any longer here. And they'll go throughout the Stifling Dagger. Death, he actually channels up the Epicenter, but he's not going to be able to get in there. It's a totally wasted ultimate.
Wow.
Disaster.
Oh, if only he knew that the PA was right below him, just invisible, slightly out of that break range.
No, and CCNC he goes for it. Might have been a little bit greedy here, but the follow-up, they've got a nice stomp. There's going to be Snowball coming through. They actually pulls him right back in, pulls him going right for this Ion. They're hoping to get this kill here. Can they find it, though? It's a question. They're in between a lot of these heroes. It's not looking good. Z-Freak actually going to get taken down. Can Death actually finish off the Io at the very least? We'll be able to find that kill. They have a sentry, though, down. Death now trying to juke himself away here. Has his eyes now back onto Ritsu. Ritsu actually going to have to go pulling himself. Oh, look at that Minotaur Ravage coming out, Jenkins. That was beautiful. There's going to be the Nightmare coming out on CCNC. They went for a big old tanky boy here. Lucent Beam coming through, though. Kit Track going to get taken down.
Sucks to be a support.
What a fight. Oh my gosh.
I'll die for you. Yeah, that was really, really well played by Death. That was basically just him and Z-Freak setting that up. They like 2v3. They knew that with people respawning that they could keep that fight going for long enough that they would.
It was just a beautiful burrow strike coming out from Death there, too.
Yeah.
Managing to hit 3 heroes. Just crazy.
Super nice to see those.
Crazy beautiful.
Soultime Britsu is farming, though. He does have the Battle Fury. Luna, I'm not sure who farms quicker. I would say probably the PA with the Battle Fury.
You think so?
With the farm that he has, and the fact that he has a Wisp.
That's true, with the Overcharge.
And he went for the 15 damage talent, too, which I see a lot more people doing these days. Not 100% sure why people choose that over the 150 health. I imagine maybe it's because when you go for the Battle Fury build, you know that you just want to keep farming, and eventually you'll get items that will make you tanky, so you don't necessarily need that 150 health. Whereas you go for the Deso build, you want to fight early, so that extra tankiness helps out a lot.
Yeah, this is a baller-looking dragon. Oh, the relocate coming in. 343 still standing nearby. I don't think he's going to be able to save Limp here, though. Although he gets the Fiend's Grip off over here onto the side. We'll be able to go and grab onto this PA. She's in a lot of trouble because they have the Luna ultimate, and they'll go and they'll use the Earth Splitter, but Stan King going to get taken down. They use the Epicenter as well. Lullis now in for some trouble. He's going to have the Ravage up in about a second. They are around the shrine. I don't think he wants to pop it, though. Actually does use that pipe as well to run himself away, but that's a PA that's not on the board now for 30-something seconds. And 20-something seconds off of the IO, so they could try to go and take this tower. Plus, they just used that DK ultimate. Has a little bit of time on it, but this is the power of a Luna who pushes, right? Oh, the jump forward! They might be a little bit greedy on this. Got that break coming through, though. They're going to be able to just take down the watermelon. It doesn't even matter.
Does break work on the Kraken shell? It does, right?
I think it does, yes. It is a passive.
There's a few things that it doesn't work on.
I'm sure Twitch chat will tell us in 5 minutes.
I think it does work on the Kraken shell, because he looked like he was taking a lot of damage there.
Yeah, usually you wouldn't see that much damage being taken by Tide Hunter with what they have here. And they're actually going to make a rotation over to this mid tower, too. You have to be careful, though. Ravage is up. And they could potentially go in for that, but they don't have a Blink Dagger on this Tide, so he's got to waddle his way in.
Yeah, they are being careful, you're right. they don't want to fight into the Ravage cooldown with Tide respawning.
Oh, they do manage to find themselves a Dragonite over here, and 343 just casually picks up all the bounty runes, waiting for the rest of his team to show up. Doesn't look like they want to go in, though, because in comes Ritsu. Yeah, they just say, all right, well, we got our runes. That's good. Bane goes, buys himself that Tome of Insight at the last second.
I just watched Death, like,
waddle right past?
He went, turned his hero to face Bane, saw that the PA was there, and just turned right back. Like his hero actually physically was watching it happen.
Sorry, Adam.
He's like,
bye.
I'm out of here. Adam doing Adam things.
Yeah, you know.
He got the bounties though.
I mean, that's important. That's a team player right there.
Oh,
You get them you get them runes. Somewhere Admiral Bulldog is very satisfied with that.
Yeah, he likes his runes.
Oh yeah, indeed.
PA so farmed. I wonder what it looks like for the enemy team to see this Wisp tethered to
nothing.
To nothing.
I'm sure it's bugging out on their screen.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's usually how it looks.
It looks fine for us, but I recall this looking
pretty silly.
Kind of insane. Yeah. Ritsu almost has a BKB. Sand King surprisingly keeping up in farm with.
Well, that's been making a lot of really smart choices.
Yeah, he's done a really good job at like not falling off. I said that he's more of an early game hero, but he's actually been playing really well in this mid game, like playing as kind of like a frontline tank, hitting really nice burrows. So like, sure, he's not doing the damage that PA would be doing, but he's providing the utility. He's actually going for a Radiant Shiva, so he will be a late game hero with this build. I'm glad he's deciding to do this. He knows how much pressure is on him in this game to do a lot. It's the highest net worth hero.
How do you feel about CCNC going for this Radiance next?
I see this a lot. This was something that no one did in, I believe it was the KL Major finals. He just went for like the double bracer into Radiance Rush, and then you go for like the 2x Dragon Blood HP regen, 300 health maybe. You just run in Radiance Burn for a lot of damage. It provides you like damage too for your Dragon form as well. Like it does give you some physical damage, but I don't know. I like it. I like it allows you to farm a lot more. It's more of like a late game centric Dragon Knight build. And the thing is, like, people are ignoring you anyway, so.
That's true.
You may as well just like go for a Radiance. Okay, you want to ignore me? Well, you're gonna have problems with me in the late game.
Look at the pings coming out. I feel like they want to do a relocate over here on Miracle. They have very nice wards here set up in the jungle.
They see him?
They pinged him out earlier.
Oh, yeah, they do see him. They see him.
Yeah.
And they know he's gonna be farming alone. That's what Luna does.
Oh, there it is. There's the smoke coming through.
Ritsu showing in the mid lane. So that way people
Won't
feel
suspect anything.
feel safe. Although when he uses the invis immediately afterwards, that's definitely like, all right.
Yeah. Look at the pings coming out here. They know there's a Viper up here. Viper already TPing out. Luna's already left. She doesn't want anything to do with it. It's just Mr. Z Freak up here, all alone, all by himself. Oh, dears. Yeah, there's going to be the stun, the stomp, the dagger, the slow, and there was a little polar bear there.
I don't think he cares that much, though.
No, I mean, you got the important people out, right? You got Limp out, you got the Luna out. I think they're okay with that if there's going to be a gank.
Yeah, that's basically like the second worst target that you couldn't.
343 though. What you doing here, buddy? Just wants to get that D ward. All right, that one was questionable.
That's the worst target you can find, but if you're getting both of them, you know, it's like 30 seconds where you can.
I gotta go right to Roche now.
Go right to Roche.
Yeah. I mean, they do have the epicenter over up and running on Death, and they've got the Lunar Eclipse. I don't know.
Oh, he just TP'd back. Okay, so he has his travels though. If he TP'd back, he's gonna use his travels to get to the pit. I like that he's using the new travels.
Yeah, the way that they're independent now.
They
got to get in there, though. Yeah, really there's the break going through. They got to find that opening, though. Nice. Burrow Strike coming out here from Death. He's going to try to turn back around. There's that Lucent coming up. The Ravage does get through. They managed to pick up that Aegis over here onto that PA. And there's the BKB coming out from Ritsu. They're just going to town over here. They're chasing after. And now he's in for a little bit of trouble because he's stuck between all of these people. And the bounces coming out from the Blades are looking pretty good. Yeah, they're looking for the stuff. You're not going to be able to find it, Kid Track. There's the Burrow Strike coming forward again. They've got their eyes on the PA. She does have the Aegis. There's going to be the Blink. They need to find some other way to hold her down, and they don't have it just yet. Death, he's looking. They're going to be able to get that Lucent Beam off again. Io trying to just heal up Ritsu throughout all of this. Looks like he's going to be able to make it out this time.
It's cool that they knew that even though there's an Aegis involved, they can still take the fight. They just know that they're much stronger as a team. And it's just like, okay, well, they took this Aegis, but let's punish them for going to the Roche pit. Let's make it cost them. We can see the gold lead is not super significant, but it's pretty decent.
These games have been pretty neck and neck too, which I'm enjoying. I don't like seeing, like, you know, eventually it starts to pull away and we see it to be more and more of a stomp.
Yeah, the early games have been relatively close.
Yeah. Oh, that's the reveal of the Blink Dagger over on Z-Freak.
He's doing so much damage with this punch plus tag team. Pigeon's right, man. This hero, he's punching for like 900 as a support. With 2 items, he's 2 bracers.
Yeah, he's really, really strong.
2,000 HP too. Tusk looking good, man.
They find themselves CCNC. I'm not sure what he's doing over here. Death getting ready. He's got that epicenter channel. They actually go and they use 2 ultimates to take down this big old tanky boy. Z-Free coming in now. Walrus Punch comes through the aisle, trying to come in to save him, but it's not going to be able to do it. Now it looks like Flea also going to be in for a lot of trouble here. That save is not going to be the play here, my friend. That Wambulance should have been canceled. Yikes.
3,000 gold in that like 30 seconds. Maybe it was just. Maybe the graph was just updating or something.
I don't know, but look at the aggression coming out here. Miracle down here in the bottom lane. They actually went and they used the Earth Splitter. Lelis now doesn't have that Ravage. The body blocks are coming out. They're trying to get some more damage down. Risu jumping forward. There's the BKB coming out from Miracle. They'll turn right back around. Stun lock up a little bit, and there's going to be the Walrus Punch. Can they finish her off in time? I think they're going to be able to do it. Yeah, they pop that Aegis. And while this is all going down, Miracle, eyes on the prize, is going to try to be hitting up this tower, trying to take these objectives and letting the rest of his team, frontline for him. Nice Nightmare being placed over here on Lelis. He's going to have the Ravage up at about 9 seconds. Risu's looking forward. Oh, but Death jumps forward immediately, and they have that
nice
tag team.
There's
going to be the Force coming out, and they've got that BKB up and running on Varitsu, but he doesn't want to be anywhere near this right now. All right, CCNC's back up right now. They managed to drop the break. They're going to throw out the Nightmare over here onto the Tidehunter. They'll be able to walk themselves out, except for Z-Freak, who now is in the middle of quite a few things, but he actually blinks himself out. 3-4-3. What is happening, 3-4-3? I don't know what's happening with that, but the rest of the team makes it out in time, so.
He was trying to save his Tusk. He didn't know how to blink or something.
I don't know. Yeah, he started, but then he just kept on going. He's like, well, I guess I'm dead either way. Might as well get some damage off on someone.
11k gold lead. Once again, you still have this Bane that has Magic Wand plus
yep,
Blitz's speed.
Yep.
This is just like a little microcosm of...
I mean, this is Adam Dota, isn't it?
This is 5-roll Dota, man. This is how it is for 5-rolls in this patch. It's a rough life.
Feels bad, man.
It's like, can this role get any more sacrificial? It's like, I thought it was bad, and it's just so much worse than it has ever been in terms of the amount you have to sacrifice. You have to put so many sentries down. Look at all the sentries on the side of the Dire.
It's a good support right there.
Yeah. It's good. That's the problem, is it's such a good play style to like spend all of your gold like that.
Oh, I love this ward too in their base. This gives them so much information.
Yeah.
And they have no idea it's there.
I don't know who placed that, but that's like a really sick ward. It's just hard to get down, that's all.
Yeah, it's not a place that you would typically think, oh boy, they really want to take down this IO though. There's going to be a snowball coming through. Walrus Punch, tag team comes out. They actually go and they use the Ravage at CCNC. He's jumped in here. They want to try to take down this Luna, and they don't have it. The BKB comes out, and they're going to be able to hold down this Dragonite. Has to have a 4-step. CCNC actually takes them down. They're going to be able to take down Flea as well. They're chasing after Lelis now. Lelis going to get evaporated here, and it looks like Luna now might be in trouble. No, Death is right there. He's going to be able to protect the follow-up with that Fiend's Grip, and they're just going to slice it to ribbons with a little help from Limp.
Ah, damn, I think...
Party horn.
I think Ritsu's done with this game. Just like going in when it was 2v5. Like that's...
Death is like the MVP for me in this game. Like the amount of times that he has just found the perfect opening. Look at that. Again, he finds himself as Elder Titan. Immediately, Ritsu going to have to buy back, but he can't do anything now. What is he going to do against everyone? He's just chasing after this Luna. He's going to turn right back around. Limp just slowly clicking him down here. Death waiting for his time. Not going to be able... Oh, they do manage to finally take down the Luna, but the break coming out, and there's going to be the jump forward. Death... He's still going to be able to turn around, slow him down. Look at these missed chances. It doesn't matter, though. He's out of here.
It's kind of cool to see a Sand King being played in this way, where... I've noticed this more and more this patch, where... Sure, he's not your traditional late-game carry, but if you actually give a Sand King some space, he will do a lot in the sense that he'll be very tanky, and he'll set up fights for you. And you'll never be able to kill him. He'll just be able to sit in a fight, tank so many spells, and then use a burrow like 3 times.
Well, it's a nice Echo Stomp here. It's doing a decent amount of damage over onto 3-4-3, and he's actually going to throw the Nightmare out. It doesn't matter because they've got that last little Spirit who's going to be able to come back in, and then Z-Freak turns his attention now over. There's going to be the Burrow coming through again with the Shivas. Death is on a monster kill streak right now, and they'll turn their attention right down here to the bottom lane. Luna just chipping away at all of this, and this is looking real bad right now for them, Jank. And CCNC trying to get himself back into that pit. Not going to be able to do it fast enough. That Lunar Eclipse taking him off the map. They'll just turn their attention right over to the mid tower. Bane going to buy back. He wants to join in on the rest of the fun here, but I'm not sure what Test123 can do right now. The 4-step coming out that will put Z-Freak into that well here. Takes a little bit of damage, but while this is going on, objective-based gaming, we'll throw out the Earth Splitter over here on Luna. It's not going to do enough damage to do much of anything, though, honestly, than just be a little bit of annoyance. And all these glaives bouncing around, man. Oh, this is a dead Kidrak again. Things are looking pretty good here for compLexity. There's the GG.
So I agree with you. I think the Sand King was like blew this game wide open. All of his rotations were really, really good. They ended up getting a lot of kills, a lot of objectives around the Sand King, and I feel like with how he was playing, the later and later that game went, it wouldn't really matter. He was still like the stuns that he was hitting would still scale into the late game. That's actually what I was thinking. I was thinking like, why does this hero feel like he's not falling off despite clearly not being like a carry hero? And basically, I think it's because number one, he's really tanky. So when he goes in and he burrows like that and starts these fights, a bunch of spells get used on him. Doesn't matter because he's a Sand King. He has the items. Like that's where the net worth is going. And then also with the Viper and Luna on your team as your other cores, if you can put yourself in there and not die and actually set up for them on Sand King, you will kill whoever it is that you go on, because the Viper does that percentage-based damage, right? So it doesn't matter if Viper himself is behind. You can still, or the Luna, you can, not that they were, but you can still get kills as long as you have the ability to set up with the Sand King. So it's kind of like, with this draft, I think the Sand King was an excellent late-game hero just because they did not lack damage whatsoever. All they needed was a hero to actually get into the fights and like set up ganks essentially.
Yeah, we saw some really beautiful burrow strikes coming out. And again, the last pick Viper, no, we kind of discounted. We were like, oh, what are they going to pick? Well, they could do, Tinker, they could do this or that. But just the last pick Viper, again, it just ended up ruining
okay,
like 3 of these heroes here. Like right off the bat, it didn't manage to really do too much to CC&C during in lane because he has that dragon blood, obviously. But once the ball started rolling, once Death started getting these really nice, initiations, or like 343 finds that opening to get the Nightmare off, it was a huge problem for them.
Yeah. They had even like the Tusk is really good setup for the Viper damage. They have plenty of stun like lockdown to chain, to just kill with the Viper. He actually did 17,000 hero damage, and I know the Sand King did 22,000, but that was one of the most exceptional Sand King games that I've seen. So it's like, obviously Sand King's hero damage is going to be insanely high. I think just the fact that was a pretty good Viper game, but I think the Sand King game was like amazing, and Viper still was almost as much hero damage as the Sand King. It just goes to show like how good of a Viper pick it was in this draft with these heroes. Like he did more damage than the Luna, and the Luna was doing a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of the big thing with the Luna is once you get to kind of the mid-game point, if you win a team fight, especially if you blow that Ravage, what are you going to do? She's just going to keep running at your base. She's going to run at your base. She's going to kick all of your buildings. It's really just absolutely insane. So
very similar to the Terrorblade.
Yeah, for sure. So, I believe Test123 is going to get knocked down to lower bracket from this, and then we're going to go forward now with compLexity Gaming. I don't know who won the last match. I'm going to have to look that up. It was JStorm versus Team,
Yep.
I believe. Did they update on Wikipedia yet?
Nope.
All right, so we will take a look. I will ask the admins about that, and we'll be back with some more NA Dota for the ESL One Katowice qualifiers here for NA, so stick around, guys.